Miss Jackson, learn something. Young Bean. Lil Saltine. Hey Pierre, you wanna learn some biology?
Miss J gon' teach him something clean. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is, yeah. Miss J gon' teach him something clean. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is,
Yeah, the impact is real. Disease in ecosystems, it's a big deal. From predator to prey, the balance is skewed, competition disputed.
Invasive species, they cause a great strife. Disrupting habits, that's a change game of life. Nurture selection comes into play. Adaptation or extinction, it's the only way. Miss J gon' teach him something clean. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is, yeah. Miss J gon' teach him something clean. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is. Biology, I'm trying to learn what it is,
Predation is hit, diseases spread, many species are dead. Keystone species that maintain the balance. Herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. Diseases affect them, it's not just a few. Photosynthetic organisms to face the heat too.
Disease wreaks havoc. Ecosystems suffer from development to reproduction. It's a tough buffer.
AP focus, biology. Yeah. You know we learned what we gotta be. Well educated, I wanna be. Yeah. AP bio, I'm gonna be.
Organisms fail. Species face strife. Populations in decline. It's a challenging fight.
Communities, ecosystems, they're all intertwined like wildflowers in the Serengeti. They struggle to recover. While kingdoms to families, the animalia is at risk. Selective pressure is high, the struggle is brisk. Taxonomy is shaken, the classification is blurred, disease is changing the game, it's a whole new world. Symbiosis disrupted, mutualism fails. Yeah. Disease. Mutualism. Ecosystems.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message.
How do diseases affect ecosystems? You could look at this question in a couple of ways, but the most obvious and prominent perspective would be the relationships. This could be between predator and prey, producers, keystone species, or any of the other examples of symbiosis within the environments. When a disease is present, it could either be naturally occurring or invasive, the latter being much more harmful than the other. In a perfect ecosystem, there are no harmful diseases, as populations are regulated by selective pressure from both predators at the top and producers at the bottom. Unfortunately, the best-case scenario is often scarce, and one of the most prominent of these damaged ecosystems would be the aforementioned diseases. To understand these effects, one must first begin to discuss the structure of relationships, rather than simply their names. Now, ecosystems will change for the presence of a harmful disease very differently, depending on what organisms are infected and how harmful the diseases are. You can think of it like removing a part within a play. Lead roles tend to have understudies, though often they will not perform as well as the original, but minor parts will have less of an impact on the story and could be left out, like an extra or a piece within a group of characters. If you apply this analogy to an ecosystem, you can connect different symbiotic relationships to these roles. Producers, predators, and prey would be considered supporting roles, the keystone species the star, and more universal organisms that are present throughout a very broad range of environments would be those minor parts. This is further expanded on by the role of understudies because often numerous species are falling under the role of producer, predator, or prey. This could be different forms of photosynthetic organisms like trees or grass, different predators for one species of prey, or by contrast, a lack of predation causing a surplus of said prey. One of the best examples of these patterns is the wildebeest population within the Serengeti. Originally limited by a disease that would kill off a large portion of the population, a vaccine was introduced. Once distributed throughout the species, the population skyrocketed into the millions. Though numerous factors were involved in the exponential growth, the most notable of which was migration, the most interesting effect was what happened to the surrounding ecosystem. Rather than overpopulation or added stress to the surrounding environment, the diminishing tree population rose as forest fires became infrequent due to a lower grass height. While discussing how diseases impact a variety of ecosystems, it is hard not to mention the patterns throughout any functional environment. Relationships account for one of these, and contains most of the interactions in day-to-day life, but as a whole, these patterns can be viewed by using comparison. This could be by comparing different members of the same animalia, roles within an organism's family, or the selective pressures that subtly allow changes to different species as they adapt. Evolution plays a key role in this pattern, as natural selection played its part throughout the lifespan of any ecosystem. If an individual organism was capable of reproducing better, then that trait would be passed down more frequently, and and caused these gradual adaptations. As these adaptations formed, so did relationships between organisms that would encourage success. Animals became herbivores and fed on producers, while predators fed on its prey. These patterns are what is most affected by disease, as close interactions between organisms are forced to change. This could be because of a decline in population or other symptoms of the specific disease, but that behavior is abnormal. As this behavior differentiates, so do the interactions, which affects the relationships, patterns, and the ecosystem as a whole, simply leading back to the domino effect caused by the closely laid out and intricate workings within nature. This is interesting, as it provides a real-world answer to my guiding question. In most scenarios, diseases negatively affect the surrounding organisms. Different roles have different effects. Herbivores lower the population of plants as they keep growing in control, which can have unexpected effects, like in the case of the wildebeest. It goes both ways, because if both predators or producers' population takes a dip from disease, the prey will take a hit. In the end, diseases can show how delicate and intertwined relationships are within an ecosystem, and the domino effect that occurs when one piece is removed.